Flosstube, welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm the Lancashire Stitcher. Today is Tuesday the 12th of September 2023 and this is Flosstube number 79. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel mainly about cross stitch, but I do include other crafts, and I also talk about the walks and the travels that I've been on recently. If you're returning, welcome back. It's lovely to be chatting with you all again. It feels such a long time since I last filmed. There's so much happened, which, you know, it's not like I've been stitching and walking, but I'll talk about it. Okay, I'll keep the live stuff to the end in case you want to skip through. Okay, so let's get on with our stitching. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a finish, and it's this. This is Count Your Blessings by Silver Creek Samplers, and it's finished. Yeah, it's all completed. The initials under your are my children's initials. Got Rachel, Stephen and Samantha, or Sammy. So they're there, and it's completely finished. So yeah, that's that done. That's just stitched on some, it's probably 32 count white even weave. So there we go, and it's done using all the called for colours, which are Weeks and Gentle Arts. There we go. So yeah, and it's got 2023 on it. So yeah, completely finished. There we go. And then my whips. Not so many this time. Did not have much chance to stitch. But I have been stitching on my dragon. Dragon Field Notes by UnconventionalXStitch or Unconventional Cross Stitch. Artwork by Hope Christopherson. It's rather dull today. It's been raining overnight, which is nice because it's been red hot, really hot. Not as hot as down south, but it's been hot, and it's still quite warm in here. But yeah, it has cooled down slightly. There we go. There's my dragon as of today. I stitched on it this morning. I'm now on page 17. He's got an eye. And yeah, I'll be doing some of the words again when I've finished the bit of his face that I'm currently doing. So yeah, this is 25 count Easy Guide by Zweigart. And I just love stitching on him. UnconventionalXStitch actually used one of my old progress pics yesterday on Instagram, which was nice. So yeah, there we go. That's my dragon. I've not even got this out of the bag. This is how not with it I am. This one is Praiseworthy Stitches Simple Gifts Grace. I'm stitching this using DMC rather than the called for. It's given as a equivalent, but yeah. I'm stitching this. It was originally, well, it still is a stitch along with Hazel, my friend, and that is what I've got done so far. So what I've done this time is with this bit here, this motif here on the side. So I'm on the next page. So there we go. So yeah, that is Simple Gifts Grace by Praiseworthy Stitches. I just love the purple. Oh dear me, warm. And then this one, I'll have to put a picture up of this. I started stitching this as a stitch along. It's Stitches So Beautiful stitch along with Beth the Steadfast Stitcher and several other people. She did a Zoom last Monday, but I couldn't join in with different things going on. So yeah, so that is my progress. You can't see much there. There's about 3 colours in there, which you can't really tell. And there's over 300 stitches there. So yeah. This is 25 count Easy Guide by DMC. I'm using the called for DMC threads. I have cut the top row of pages off, so it cuts out quite a lot of the green and black at the top. I'm just going from the top of the just the book line, just the book. If you see the picture, there's like a plant thing coming down from the top, and it cuts off just below that, or yeah, just below that. So yeah, So that's that. This is a massive piece of fabric, but yeah. And that is all my whips. As I said, I didn't have many. I've not stitched on much this past 2 weeks, with one thing and another. But I have done some knitting because it's the WI show the week next week. So I've been getting things ready for that. So I'm going to show you a couple of things. But this one isn't quite finished. I have to decorate it. This is my Christmas tree. It's crocheted. You've seen it before. You saw the base cone thing, and then it's done just lots of rings of crocodile stitch to make the tree, and then they're all sewn on. So I need to decorate it. I've got some pretend lights there, which are going to go on it, and I'm going to use some beads as baubles for it. So yeah, that's that. And then I finished off my Santa. There's my Santa, completely finished. He's got a pom-pom on his head. So yeah, he's completely finished. The pom-pom I did in just plain white yarn, because this fluffy stuff, when I made a pom-pom with it, it was just basically just like a ball of fluff, so it didn't look right. So I just did a normal pom-pom. I have some different size pom-pom makers, so I did that. So that's my little Santa. It's like a Humpty Dumpty style. So yeah, that's my Santa. So yeah, completely finished. So he's going to go in the show. I've done a couple of other things. What I'll do is on my next video, I'm boiling now. On my next video, I'll show the things that I entered into the competition, because I should have them back by then. So yeah, I didn't want to show everything today. A couple of things aren't quite finished, so yeah, I'll show everything when it's all been finished. So yeah, let's do the giveaway next. So one of my customers, Helen, hi Helen, very kindly donated this for a giveaway. Prairie Schooler Santa's Revisited 3, and it's the 1987, 1993 and 1996 Santas. Pardon me. So if you'd like to win this, please say the word Santa in your comments. You don't have to use it in a sentence, just say the word Santa, and comment before my next video, which I've not looked at, which it's going to be not next weekend, the weekend after. Still, yeah. But yeah, so if you comment before that weekend, then I'll do a random comment generator and find out the winner when I do my next video. Assuming I do a video in 2 weeks, depending on my mum. So yeah, please be over 18 so you can give me your address. Please don't say the word giveaway, draw, prize, win, anything like that that tells people I'm giving something away, and say the word Santa before that day, that weekend. Okay, right, I have some Happy Mail. I've forgotten something. I'll have to bring that up next time. Bring it up. I completely forgot. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Right, I got a card from Denise, who won one of my giveaways. So thank you, Denise. It's a lovely card with a lovely message in it. She won Let There Be Peace, the giveaway. So yeah, so that's a lovely little card. Thank you very much. And then I got this lovely card from Ursula, who won a Santa chart. And I love that. Handmade card. Lovely message inside it. But then she also sent me this. A little card. It's got a little stitched item here. Little squirrel. It says Hello Autumn. And then she's put information on the back. She's put made by Ursula. Date August 2023. Fabric Chromatic Alchemy. 16 count opal Ada. And then the chart is from 365 Tiny Cross Stitch Designs. So yeah, very nice. Thank you very much. I think these have been the trade cards, aren't they? Is it Stitching by the Shore who's been doing that? Can't remember. I know I've seen something on Flosstube about it. So thank you very much for those. Love those. I'm gonna put them, well, at the moment they're downstairs on my, well, not obviously not at the moment, they're here. They have been up on my fireplace downstairs, and then they'll come up here and get pinned on my notice board behind the camera. So the other thing that I've forgotten to bring up that I'll show you next time, I am so hot right now, it's this room. This room is boiling. Even though it's cloudy outside, it's because it's a small room, it just, yeah, retains the heat. But yeah, the other thing that I've also got in the mail, I got a needle minder from the Love of Needle Minders on Facebook. I'll put a link down below. My daughter Sammy actually won one of the giveaways that Lindsay does sometimes, and instead of having it sent to her house, she said it's had it sent to mine, telling me that I could have it. So thank you, Sammy, and thank you, Lindsay, for sending it. So yeah, I'll put a picture of it in case I forget next time, because like I say, I'm going to be at my mum's, so I probably won't have it with me when I go to my mum's. So yeah, I'll put a picture of it so you can see what it looks like, and I'll put a link to Lindsay's Facebook shop down below. So there you go. So that's my happy mail. And I want to say thank you so much to everybody who commented about my mum, wishing her well, sending prayers and all the rest of it. So thank you so much. Right, walks. I've done 2 walks in the last 2 weeks, both of which are to do with the coach rambles. Last Sunday, not the Sunday just gone, the one before, it was the coach ramble to Bo'ness, and I did the 7-mile walk that went from Windermere to Bo'ness. Obviously we didn't walk just from Windermere to Bo'ness because that's only 1.5 miles. We actually went up out of Windermere and then back round and then across back to Bo'ness. It was a lovely walk. It was quite warm that day, so yeah, it was quite hot. Bo'ness was absolutely packed, really busy with people, but it was a lovely walk. And then on Wednesday, which was the day my mum had surgery, last Wednesday, I went to Glossop with a couple of other people and did a recce for the next coach trip, which is Glossop, and I'm going to be doing the shorter walk, which the walk we did was 6.5 miles, but I've put it as a 6-mile walk. And then a lady came, my friend Jane came with me, in case I can't do it, she can lead the walk instead. So it was a lovely walk. We saw peacocks and I think it was an emu, might not have been. I'll put pictures at the end like I normally do. I'll do a little slideshow at the end, but it was a really nice walk. Again, it was quite hot. And yeah, it was really hot. Needed plenty of fluids that day. I had my sun hat on, and yeah, but yeah, it was a really nice walk. And then we had a little wander around Glossop. I've actually forgotten something else to bring up. We were looking in the charity shops, and there was one that actually had some cross-stitch supplies, and Jane picked up some couple of charts, and she picked up some fabric, and I got 2 big pieces of DMC fabric. I'll put a picture up of them, and they were only £1 each, so of course I grabbed them. So yeah, really nice fabric. I think it's 32 count DMC fabric that I got. I'll put across the bottom what it actually is, because like I say, I completely forgot to bring it up with me. I just decided this morning, right, let's get the video. It's now, what, 10 to 8 in the morning, so I've been up since 5:30. It was, right, come on, get upstairs, get that video done before you start doing some work and then going to the hospital. It's just been manic these past few days, but yeah, right. So, get my video done quick and then I can move on, get some work done. So yeah, I'll do a slideshow at the end of the walks. The other thing is, I took my mum to Blackpool the week before she had her surgery. She was going to hospital for the pre-op before in the afternoon, so I'd said, shall we go to Blackpool for a few hours in the morning? And my brother came too, and we went in Mrs. Johnson's Emporium, which is a yarn and haberdashery shop on Bond Street in Blackpool. A really nice yarn shop if you're anywhere near the area. and we then walked along the prom, you know, on the seafront. The tide was in, and we walked from where we started from was down near South Pier, and we walked up to Central Pier, and we walked down Central Pier, down to the bottom, then walked back up, and then we crossed the road and walked back down the shop side of Blackpool Prom. So yeah, my mum likes Blackpool. It's okay. It's nice. It's the seaside. It's fine. So yeah, it was a nice few hours out that we had, and then we went over to the hospital. So again, I'll put some pictures at the end of that. So yeah, so as I said, it's been quite a short video this, but yeah, that was the intention. I wanted to get a video done. I knew it wasn't going to be a long one, but yeah, I wanted to get it, make sure it got done. So yeah, so I'll go on to my mum. So if you're not interested in that, it's fine, don't worry. Move on to the next. Bye for now, and I'll see you in a few weeks. Right, my mum. She had a surgery last Wednesday. We had been told, when we went to the hospital after going to Blackpool, they told us they're hoping to get it done on the Wednesday. And then on the Friday, my mum hadn't heard anything. So she phoned the hospital and they said, oh no, it's been changed. They're not doing it next week now. So it was like, fine, okay. But we don't know when they're doing it. And then on the Monday morning, like 2 days before, they phoned her up and said, right, we want you in hospital on Wednesday morning. They changed their minds. So anyway, so my mum said, well, I did ask if I can come in the night before, because it's better for me if I can come in the night before. So then they said, well, come in for 12 o'clock tomorrow. So it was a mad rush trying to get her sorted. She was packing her bag and making sure she'd got everything. And I'd told the library where I volunteer, I'd said I needed some time off. And, you know, we'd sorted cover out. And then I told them, oh, well, it's not happening next week, so I can come in next week now. And then I suddenly had to say, it's back on. Original plan. So yeah, so then on Tuesday I went over and picked my mum up and took her to the hospital. I had to leave her basically at the door because the surgical admission ward, only the patients allowed on. So yeah, so I had to leave her there, and then I could go and visit her on Tuesday night because they put her on a ward. So I went and saw her on Tuesday night and she was okay, she was fine. And then I went to Glossop on the Wednesday. We'd already decided we were doing it anyway, and I said, let's carry on because it'll take my mind off what's going on, which it did, because when you're doing a recce, you're having to think about, right, which way we're going, is this any good for lunch, you know, how many styles we're going over, things like that, so you're ready for actually leading the walk. So it was good at taking my mind off it. And then on the way home, I think it was about 4:30 on Wednesday, the consultant phoned me up to tell me the surgery had happened and it had gone really well. They'd done what they said they were going to do, that I'd get a phone call from wherever she was on ICU. I'd get a phone call to tell me where she was and how she was doing once she's settled. Fine, okay, no problem. I didn't hear anything till Wednesday night. I didn't know where she was, so I thought, right, well, I'm going to wait till tomorrow morning. If I've not heard anything, I'm going to phone. They've given me a list of phone numbers for different wards and things. I'm going to phone the first number I've got for ICU and see where my mum is. So I didn't sleep very well on Wednesday night because I've not heard anything to see how my mum was or anything. And then on Thursday morning, 8 o'clock, I phoned the first number up. Oh no, she's not here. Try this number. So I tried this other number. Oh no, she's not here. When did she come in? I said, well, she had a surgery yesterday, and I was told I'd get a phone call last night, and I didn't. I said, so I'm just trying to find out where my mum is and how she's doing. Anyway, this lady said, oh, it's fine. She took details, and she said, I'll get someone to phone you in a minute. So about 5 minutes later, the phone rang, and it was this lady, and apparently she was on the wards that I'd rung the first time. So I told her that they'd not rung me. My light's starting to fade. They'd not rung me, and anyway, so eventually, finally got hold of somebody, and they said she's doing really well. She'd had a good night. She's awake. She was writing on a board because she'd had a tracheoscopy, so she couldn't talk. So she was writing on a board to communicate, and she was fine. ICU only had 2-hour slots for visiting, one in the afternoon, one in the evening. So the first few days I was going twice a day to see my mum, and then she was only in there for 3 days, and then they said she was well enough to go onto a ward. So she went onto the ward on Sunday, and that's got general visiting from 10 till 8 every day. So I went a couple of times on Sunday, and then yesterday I went and spent 3.5 hours with her. I also paid for the TV, so she could watch TV in bed. And then today I'm going to go up after lunch after I've done some work. So yeah, she's doing really well. They're really impressed with how she's doing, because they said she was going to be in for 2 weeks, and they're saying now that she had the tracheo out yesterday, and they're saying that if she eats and drinks and swallows and, you know, talks okay, she'll be out by the end of the week. So that'll be good. That's really good news. She's, like I said, they're really impressed with how she's doing. So yeah, it's best outcome, I think. So yeah, it's just a case now of when she gets home, I'm going to go and stay with her. But knowing my mum, I'll only be there for maybe a week or two. But yeah, like I say, she's fine. It was just glad to get the surgery out the way, and now it's just a case of her recovering from it. So yeah, so I think that's about it for today. 23 minutes or so ish, and then I'll put the slideshow at the end. So quite a short video. So thank you for watching. Happy stitching. Have a good 2 weeks. I'll be back in just under 2 weeks, or I should be. Take care of yourselves and those you love, and be kind to each other always. And bye for now.